Amazing. Well worth the wait, weren't they? Fantastic. Over 1,000 of you already have bought this amazing album, Wicked Game, the deluxe CD and the DVD box set for £12.96. Advanced orders, obviously, because, in fact, this album is not going to be released until Monday, so we are delighted to have the guys with us here this evening. So, Carlos, Urs, David and Sebastian, delighted to meet you. That was unbelievable. That was fabulous.
Thanks for having
me. Thank you very much.
And the album as well is impressive. You've got a wonderful collection of tracks on there. When you're coming to put an album together, I mean, I know it's been 18 months in the making, who chooses the songs that go into it?
I'd say it's a teamwork. Actually, it was probably half of the album was suggested by the four of us, and our record company put together as well a list of songs. Then we sit up and well, this one could work, we try this. And the first time we went to Italy, actually, 18 months ago, and tried a few songs, it was a real disaster. We didn't like any of that. And thought we should not release an album until we're really ready for it, just because, as a simple fact, it has to be exciting for us.
Absolutely.
And then it gets exciting for our fans. So this is where it starts. This is the must of Il Divo. You have to have it. And
you've also, the fact is as well, you want to up your game every time. You want to make it better than the last album that you did before. And I mean, that's going to be pretty difficult because every single one of them has been fabulous. I mean, 25 million, I think it is, isn't the album sales worldwide? Probably more than that. Well, certainly more now because you're buying this. So it's on the increase straight away. But when it comes to nationality, I mean, you first formed, or were formed, as a band in 2003. I mean, and you hadn't known each other before, so you were put together in this situation. How well did it work initially?
I think in the very, very beginning, it was difficult to kind of get over the language hurdles, to get over the musical hurdles. We all come from different musical backgrounds. Yeah. And so, you know, putting all of that on the table and trying to sift through it was a bit of a process. But I think, you know, once we all kind of realized, okay, this isn't a competition, this is a teamwork, we are trying to achieve something all together, and just kind of leave the ego at the door and get on with it. Yeah,
I mean, who chooses which part is sung in a song? Is it because of the tone of your voice or the level you're able to reach, or is that how it works?
I sing my parts. Urs sings his parts. And Sebas does his.
Really? I did not until now.
You didn't know until now. No. Listen out for that one. But it's interesting because, for example, there's some fantastic tracks on here. For example, we've got, I mean, Wicked Game itself, which is the title of the album. But Crying was really interesting for me. Roy Orbison. I mean, that's a song sung, a single voice, and sung, you know, very, very well. I mean, it was a hit for years. But you now have got four voices singing this, with very little music in the background as well, and it sounds stunning. Why choose Italian to sing it in? Oh, that was...
Yeah.
That's a hard question.
We, on the very first album, we sang every song in 3 different languages, just to see what works best.
Oh, really? To see which worked best?
Yeah, exactly. Now, with these songs, there's a different story a bit to everyone. You know, for example, Wicked Game, actually, we wanted to cover, and we approached Chris Isaak, and they just refused. They said, no, you can't sing our song. Point out.
Seriously?
Yeah, exactly. And then it seemed that Chris Isaac's mother is an Il Divo fan, and
that was lucky.
Is Italian. Therefore, she said, let the boys record that song under the condition they do it in Italian. That's how that one came along.
That is wonderful. I mean, do you need to understand what the words mean to actually get the passion across when you're singing?
Yes.
Because it's a different language for all of you, Italian, isn't it? I mean, obviously you speak Spanish and French.
Yeah, the good thing, I mean, we know Italian, so then obviously we need to know what we said. As you said, to give this passion, this...
Yeah, that's it, understanding what the words mean.
Spaghetti.
Pizza romana.
Ravioli. Yes, we can all do that. I mean, when we're looking again, it's interesting as well, we're talking about, hopefully, not just the album here, we've also got on here the DVD, and this is well worth a mention, because this was recorded on the 2nd of August. It was not far away, in fact, from you, of course, being named as Artist of the Decade, you know, the Classical Brits. I mean, that must have been a heck of an accolade for you. We must have been very pleased.
It's fantastic to receive such a prize, especially when everything started here in England for us. You know, we are born in England, even though none of us are English or Italian, actually. It is really something exceptional, especially when you have so many criticism around, you know, what we do. We're not pop, we're not opera, we're in the middle.
Yeah, but you don't want to be pigeonholed, though, do you? It's far nicer to be sort of wherever you choose to be.
I actually really I believe that, and I share that with you, actually. And it was a great honour to receive it and to see our fans in the audience and see that after 8 years, they're still around. You know, we have more
very
wrinkles.
much so. What wrinkles?
No, exactly.
But this one where we recorded this live in London, that was at the London Coliseum. So, I mean, this is something... It isn't just the CD. I do want to stress that, by the way, because it's beautifully put together. Let me show you as well. It isn't just the CD you get in here and the DVD, but some fabulous photographs of the guys in here as well. I was noticing that, Carlos, you're smiling or almost laughing in every single one of them.
Yes, I missed the smile.
It's a lovely smile. Lovely smile. There you go. You can see that. When you were performing some in the Coliseum, I have to admit I've never been there myself, actually, the Coliseum. But does it make a difference to your performance where you're actually performing?
I think it does. You know, we started the approach to our first tour trying to go into the arenas and trying to play to as many people as possible, and that has a certain energy to it. When you hear the roar of an arena coming back at you, you know, that's big. That sends the hairs on the back of your neck straight up. But I think our audience likes to feel a sense of connection. And when you play in those big environments, the people up in the nosebleed section, they don't really feel that kind of connection.
The vertigo section.
We've scaled the whole thing to fit into theaters so that every seat in the house is a good seat. And I think that it really does have a big impact on the public to feel like they're right there with you on the stage in the moment, and you get the same, you know, you get the same amount of sound from fewer people.
I think that's it's a very, very good, you know, point to make when you are talking about that. And friends of mine, Joe and Debbie, in fact, went to see you at Wembley, and, you know, they talked 19 to the dozen. I think we were virtually speechless, you know, watching you just... And the impact, I mean, even sitting here listening to you rehearsing earlier on, listening to you sing now, it really does, as you say, hairs on the back of the neck for those actually being entertained by you as well. I have to, by the way, give you an update because you've so many of you on the phone lines ordering this right now. 2,000 of you have gone for the deluxe CD and DVD box set, but we do also have the album on its own. So if you would like to get that, you can see the details on the screen right now. That's 500 6844 for £8.99, and that is just the CD album. If you wish to get the DVD as well, then £12.96 is the price, and that's 500764. And that, of course, is the post and packing included on both of those. That will make the most perfect gift for anybody who really appreciates fabulous music, because that's exactly what you guys bring. Do you find that when you're entertaining in different parts of the world that the response you get from the audiences differs at all? Or is
it certainly does, yeah, and I think that has just a lot to do with the different mentalities in different countries. It is generally so that in Spanish-speaking countries, because we sing a lot in Spanish and Italian, so they understand most of the lyrics, they are normally very loud in the
very
shows.
Responsive,
yeah. However, then it must be said, here in the UK is a very special audience for us as well, just as Sebastian mentioned. And I mean, the shows in the Coliseum we've done were absolutely overwhelming. That response we got there from the audience was, we've never witnessed anything like that. And that is so wonderful, because you feed off that, what comes back from the audience, and it makes you perform a greater show.
Of course, it's an immediate response, isn't it? So you are going to be reacting to that. But is there anywhere in the world you haven't yet performed, but you would like to? Any venue
Paraguay?
Particularly?
Paraguay.
Why Paraguay?
We haven't been there. There's not many places we haven't been yet.
No, I can imagine.
Something closer. In
you
April, for example.
You live in London, of course, don't you?
Exactly, I'm a Londoner. The Royal Albert Hall, I think, is somewhere. I know it's not a country, but I'm saying as a place. It's definitely somewhere. I'm really looking forward to it, because we're going to play there, and we've only done a couple of TV shows, never had a show. And that's really very suitable to our kind of show, and that's going to be quite spectacular, and I hope we're going to have a really good time.
It's packed, I'm sure. It'll be absolutely packed. I mean, what we're seeing now on the screen, of course, is you performing at the Coliseum, and this is a wicked game, I think, that you're performing right now for us. It really is. It's so busy. I think I better give you alternative ways to order. In fact, we've got queues of 3 minutes at the moment, so 0800 52 42 32 is our Q-Cut telephone number. You can, of course, order online, qvcuk.com. You can tap your app on your iPhone, and you can order that way as well. Remember, the orders will be shipped out to you on Monday because that is the day the album is being released. So we're delighted to have all four of you here with us before the album's released, before you start your main publicity tour, that we've actually got you here first. And that obviously those of you at home, this album will be with you within 3 to 5 working days so you can enjoy the music or keep Christmas. But whatever you do, don't miss out because it really is quite sensational. And it's interesting, we were talking earlier on about not being pigeonholed or for people to say, are you this, are you that? Is there a vast difference, excuse my complete ignorance, between classical music and opera? You know, is it operatic? Is it a way of training you to sing, or is it just a completely different way of singing?
Well, I think opera is kind of a subsection of the general classical music. You know, classical music is, you know, everything that has stood the test of time over the centuries and remains part of people's musical consciousness, where opera is one subsection, or concertos is a subsection, or, you know, there's different ways in which the music has been handed down, instrumental or vocal or, you know, specifically opera. What we do is we bring a balance of a lot of different techniques. We have pop style, we have music theater style, we have opera-ish style where we bring operatic techniques to what we're doing. And so I think it's that kind of mix of all the different varieties of color, which is what makes our music special.
It is, and it's very different as well. I mean, I think that's quite an achievement when you consider how many recording artists there are out there to have something that is distinctly yours. And you do it so beautifully as well. I mean, that's no doubt the thousands, hundreds and thousands and millions of fans that you have worldwide too. But again, I have to tell you that I think this is now, yes, limited stock. So we are heading towards a sellout. What I have got, though, is good news for you, because I believe the advanced orders that we have got now, that limited stock remaining on, will go out to you on the 28th of November. So it's 500764. They will be with you, obviously. That's the week beginning of that. And that, of course, is the day that the album is actually released. One final question for you, or we've got Christmas up and coming, actually. So what does Christmas mean to you? Is it going to be something you spend with your family, or will you be away, or... What about you, Sebastian?
For me, it's the best time of the year. Yeah, of course, I've got 3 kids, twins and a late. We just talked about it earlier on. And it's going to be really nice to be with the family around a beautiful Christmas tree. You know, traditionally, we put out the Christmas tree after the 1st of December, do that all together, and then this big Christmas dinner on the 24th. I'm really looking forward to it.
Great. Yeah. I haven't got time to ask you all, but I hope that you all have a really, really happy Christmas. The tour starts, I believe, in February, so you'll be in England in April, is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's wonderful. The Royal Albert Hall.
And many other dates in ildivo.com, check in.
Exactly. Well, we are heading for a sellout on this, so 500764, 1296. I'm going to let the guys go and get ready because they're going to be actually singing us out with Time to Say Goodbye, which has been very, very nice. It's been lovely to meet you all. Thank you very much indeed. You're going to take your place. Less than 500 remaining. If you do wish to buy, remember it is a CD and a DVD box set. You've got some beautiful black and white photographs of the guys in there as well. 500764. That is the item number. And if you do wish to buy just the CD album without the DVD in there, then we do have that available to you as well. $8.99. That is the same shipping date, but the item number is 500684, and that is just the album itself. And it has the most wonderful collection. Wicked Game. We've got Crying, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. Dove l'amore, which of course the guys sang for us at the very beginning, and they're going to finish up for us now with Time to Say Goodbye.